Penguin Random House Audio presents Mind Your Body, a revolutionary program to release chronic pain and anxiety by Nicole Sachs, LCSW. Forward written and read by John Strax, MD. This is the author, Nicole Sachs, LCSW. Mental pain is less dramatic than physical pain, but it is more common and also more hard to bear. The frequent attempt to conceal mental pain increases the burden. It is easier to say, "My tooth is aching," than to say, "My heart is broken." C.S. Lewis, The Problem of Pain. For Lisa, who took the whisper of a life-changing message and made it a roar.
Forward. I distinctly remember the first day I ever talked with Nicole. She and I were both early in our careers in Mindbody medicine, and Dr. Eric Sherman, one of Dr. John Sarno's original psychotherapists, had suggested that we meet. That day, I happened to be in Denver, Colorado, at a somatic psychotherapy training, and Nicole and I had arranged to chat by phone. Once the training was over for the day, I drove to a coffee shop, hunkered down in a quiet corner, and called her with my brand new iPhone. Back then, the world of mind-body medicine was a lonely one. There were only a few physicians and psychotherapists around the United States who were practicing under its paradigm. And no one was digitally connected in the ways we now all take for granted. As a result, I remember my intense delight in discovering that Nicole and I spoke the same language. We swapped stories of our own healing journeys, compared notes of how we were working with our clients and patients, and realized that I had attended one of Dr. Sarno's patient panel discussions at NYU in New York City, on which Nicole was a speaker. Most importantly, Nicole and I discussed how to collaborate effectively so that people who are experiencing chronic pain and other symptoms could benefit from both of our perspectives and skills. We started talking that day about how to take a team approach to offer the best strategies of both medicine and psychology in order to help people heal in this mind-body way. In those early years, a number of my patients were able to tap into Nicole's amazing private psychotherapy practice in ways that were life-changing for them. I've worked with people who'd had chronic symptoms for decades, who now live their lives free of chronic pain because of the work they did with Nicole. Since then, I've been honored to have a front row seat as Nicole has expanded her offerings to go from working with one person at a time as a psychotherapist, to dozens at a time in her workshops, to hundreds at a time in her memberships, to millions at a time with her outstanding podcast, and now this wonderful book you're about to hear. Having been able to watch Nicole's work up close over the last 15 years, I'm so excited that you're about to experience her expertise and passion. I know that she's dedicated her life, or the non-parenting part of it, not only to spreading the word about this method of healing chronic symptoms, but also to being the best of the best in helping people heal those symptoms. Mind Your Body is an outstanding assemblage of Nicole's life's work. She makes it so easy to hear her voice and wisdom on every page as she opens you to the essential aspects of mind-body healing and explains how to get better by employing journal speak. Her energy resonates through these pages as clearly as it did that very first day we spoke, in her repeated reminders to breathe and be kind to yourself, as well as in her generous offers to borrow her certainty about your healing if your own isn't yet strong enough. As you know, chronic pain can feel uniquely isolating, as I learned many years ago in my own pain recovery and then experienced early in my career. Having Nicole as a colleague over these decades has made the field much less lonely for me, but more importantly, having Nicole as a resource has made this passage through illness much less lonely for hundreds of my patients and millions of people around the world. I'm so excited that you chose Nicole to help guide you along your way, and I wish you all the best on your continued journey toward healing. John Sachs, MD.
Author's note. It needs to be said right now and by me. Around the globe, hundreds of millions of people are needlessly suffering. We come from all socioeconomic groups, genders, religions, ethnicities, and communities. The thread that binds us is that we have been diagnosed with some manner of chronic symptom or other seemingly incurable medical condition that limits us in countless ways. Often debilitated, we live a shadow life, isolated by our pain. We might have difficulty finding success at work or in our relationships as a result of this struggle, and are much more likely to experience depression, suicidality, or a substance abuse disorder. Often we have tried a variety of different drugs, surgeries, alternative and holistic procedures, and other medical interventions hoping to find even a hint of relief. Just as often, that relief doesn't come. It doesn't have to be this way. I've often heard the cautionary expression tossed about when people are trying to decide whether to express something challenging, controversial, or potentially misunderstood. Does it need to be said? Does it need to be said right now? Does it need to be said by me? In this moment, I know the answer is decidedly yes to all. If you are struggling with chronic pain or anxiety, please know that there is another way forward. I am going to teach you to be well. It's not just that I want to. I need to. It is imperative. The determination to do so whispers to me in the night. It pops into my mind while I'm running. It bosses me when I'm scattered and motivates me when I'm weary. Why? Because this work has created my entire life. It began by completely eliminating my chronic pain and symptoms of any kind, but that was only the very beginning. It has rebuilt my relationships. It has found and reimagined the roots of my perfectionism and codependency. It has located and healed my inner child. And, most importantly, it has allowed me to teach with the kind of presence and certainty that offers others enduring healing and personal agency. I am on my knees in reverence to the power of the tools you will learn in these pages. I am stunned daily by its stories of lives transformed. I am embarrassingly passionate in my sharing of it. I find myself, at times, despairing that I can't wave a magic wand and transplant this knowledge into the brain of every person I know. Carrying this message has not been an easy task. There are so many nuances that can be misunderstood or resisted. Regardless of the challenge, I persevere. I have no choice. There is a greater hand at work here. You might describe it as a spiritual path, or simply say that it would be impossible to sit on such transformative knowledge without spending a lifetime sharing it. Either way, this is fabulous news for you, because starting at this very moment, we are in it together. Stick with me and you will be astonished at what your life can become. There is no leader or guide like the one who has walked through her own fire and then circles back to take your hand and walk you through your own. My name is Nicole Sachs, and this is what we are about to do. For the purposes of our time together, let's get some shared vocabulary down so we don't have to waste energy parsing different ways to express certain key topics. To that end, when I say pain, please allow this term to hold space for any chronic symptom you are experiencing, even as it moves and morphs.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?